Hi, thanks so much for watching this video and hearing a little bit about my story. So just so you know, I have been a sugar addict since I was 18. I don't know if you can identify with that, but let me tell you a little bit about what I've done. I have been known to secretly stash treats around the house. I've been known to sneak eat when nobody's around or nobody's looking. I was incapable of eating just one Oreo. Found myself just binging on those things. I had to have sweets after a meal. In the afternoons, I would hit this low and felt like I was kind of possessed or like a zombie that had to go feed this craving. I lived with constant self-loathing, thoughts like, you're such a failure, and why don't you have more willpower, and nobody else is like this, and you should be better than this, all that junk. Well, back in November, after trying and failing and just being at the low point, my highest weight but my lowest motivation and totally discouraged, I decided to try Plexus. Now, most of you know me, and you know that I'm not somebody that just jumps on bandwagon and tries trends. But I've really felt like I needed to give this tool a chance. So I started taking, for the first month, I took Plexus Slim. And basically every day, you just dump this in some water and you drink it 30 minutes before a meal. I didn't notice anything miraculous. Nothing changed like instantly. But a few weeks into it, I did start noticing that my brain fog was lifting and that I didn't feel so controlled by sugar cravings, and that a little bit of sweet was actually satiating me. This was huge because I had never experienced this before. Always before, I would try something and white knuckle and set up a resolve and hang on until the last day, or sometimes until I just couldn't hang on any longer, and then give into my cravings. Well, this was different. After a month, it was recommended to me by my team leader to start taking the probiotic. And I understand probiotics, but there was a bigger deal to it than this. So I started taking the probiotic, and then along with that was to take the cleanse. Because here's the thing, when you take a probiotic and you're trying to heal your gut, you want to get rid of all the junk that's dying off in your gut. So you do the probiotic and the cleanse. So I started that a month afterwards, after starting the Slim. I again didn't really feel any changes. It wasn't like an overnight miracle or anything like that. But I attended a gut health class shortly after I'd started taking the probiotic. And it was at this class that I found the missing link that I had not had for all of my adult years. And what I discovered was that I had Candida overgrowth. Now, Candida is a bacteria very much needed in the gut, but it feeds off of processed foods, it feeds off of sugar, it feeds off of, it feeds off of bile if you're constipated and aren't getting it out of your system. Sorry, disgusting. Anyway, if your Candida is overgrown, then guess what? It starts demanding to be fed. So all of my adult life, I've had these unstoppable cravings and not realizing that something physiological was inside me, insisting, demanding, forcing me to feed it. Well, when I started taking the probiotic, what I didn't realize at the time, and now I do, is there is in this formula something that actually goes and bores holes into the armor, the plating around the Candida. And when it starts boring holes in, then the Candida starts dying off. And it's at that time that you want to do the bile cleanse, because you want to get it out of your system. Because here's another gross thing about Candida. It will actually feed off of the dead Candida and continue to thrive. So I didn't know all this. All this time, all of my adult life, I've tried to do different programs, different diets, different systems, whatever it may be. And all I was doing was basically depriving the candida for as long as I could hold out. And then the moment that I gave up my resolve and gave into the cravings, fed the sugar, the candida seemed to come out of hibernation and then was on a rampage. And my binges got worse each time. I gained more weight each time, felt worse about myself each time. But it was because of this candida. So now I've discovered that that was the missing link. I was never targeting the problem. I was only dealing with the symptoms of the weight gain and to cut out sugar in my own power. So if any of this makes sense for you, then I want to just tell you that there is hope. You're not alone in this. You're not the only one. In fact, you are probably trying to fight a physiological issue in your body that is stronger than you. In fact, they say sugar addiction is pretty much a lot like heroin addiction. It's that strong. So this is no pretend thing. This is not in your head. This is not your lack of willpower. But I just want to tell you that I discovered that there are tools out there. There's education out there. There are ways to actually get to the source out there. You don't have to do it on your own. So if you're interested, if maybe you're going, hey, you know what, Candace? That sounds a lot like me. Maybe I'd like to talk to you a little bit about it or email you some questions. Please do. Please know that you're not alone in this. Please know that there are tools out there to help you. Also, please know this. Plexus is not about an overnight sensation. You won't experience things right away. But here's the truth to it that I actually like. If I experience things right away, then I figure I have to keep that intensity up. And the minute that I stop, that experience will go away. Not so with Plexus. Plexus is sustainable. Plexus helps you start getting control over your life and over the addiction so that you can then go and make better choices. You can then go and eat healthier foods. You will have energy to actually be able to want to move and exercise. Anyway, enough of all that. Thanks so much for listening to my story, and I'm here for you. If you just want to ask questions, I promise there's no pressure. I just want to share with you what I finally discovered was a missing link on all of my trial and errors and feeling like a failure. I hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon. Thanks.